Coming up on Look Today, calico dancers and Native American reenactors celebrated a powwow in Moreau. I've got details. And the 10th annual Firecracker 4 race in Saratoga saw an impressive attendance of nearly 3,000 people. More on that coming up. And Hike-a-thon in Lake George brought people together to appreciate healthy living and the importance of natural land conservation. And it's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone. I hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Alan Richer. He's the Toga Chip guy. We're joined by Greg Dixon. He's the chair of the Saratoga Chip Festival. They're here to talk about Saratoga's first annual Chip Festival. I also sit down with Matthew Copens. He's a director of development and community outreach for the Waldorf School of Saratoga. He's here to talk about the upcoming Circus Smirkus fundraiser to benefit the Waldorf School. Plus, we have your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the 44th annual Calico Dancers Powwow was held at the Harry Bitar Park in Moreau. Now, the powwow featured the Calico Dancers, Native American music, food, and crafts. Now, professional reenactors made an appearance in official Native American outfits, while a number of traditional craftsmen who had participated in the event for years was selling their woodwork art. Well, we spoke to John Kirsch. He's a craftsman who has been in attendance for 25 years.
The event itself is it's a good event. People come out, it's free. A lot of powwows you get into, you have to pay to get in. Here it's free, and the people have a good time, and there's all kinds of vendors selling all kinds of things, and it's just a fun event to come to.
Wonderful chance to learn a lot about our history. In other news, the 10th annual Firecracker 4 race saw an attendance of nearly 3,000 runners this year. The 4-mile race took the runners throughout all of Saratoga Springs and was led by veterans carrying the flag in military formation. Now, this year's male winner was Ben Fazio of Troy, who finished the race in less than 20 minutes. Kelsey Schmel took the women's title in 22 minutes. Wow. Switching from news to weather, we'll get ready for a heat wave. Temperatures are expected to rise into the 90s. Let's see how the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, this year's Hike-a-thon was held at the Pilot Knob Ridge Preserve in Lake George. Around 70 hikers climbed the top of the mountain to promote a healthy, active lifestyle and an appreciation for natural land conservation. Well, we spoke to Tom Hall. He's on the board of directors for the Lake George Land Conservancy.
So this is one of many venues for the 2016 Hike-a-thon. We're at the Pilot Knob venue now. We've got at least 70 folks signed up for the trip up to Pilot Knob.
You know, my wife and I have done that hike in Pilot Knob, and the views are amazing. And if you ever really want to appreciate nature and what the Adirondacks are like, take one of those hikes. In other news, well, 4th of July is a time of celebration and fun. But most importantly, it's a time to remember our independence as a nation and what that truly means to us. Well, the United Service Organization were on a mission over the weekend to collect over 1 million messages from people to send to all our military troops overseas and at home. Well, the USO were at the Great Escape yesterday, and we spoke to Karen Clark. She's a director for the USO at Fort Drum.
USO is here to collect hopefully 1 million messages of support for our troops and their families. So we have people stopping by our table, thanks to Coca-Cola and Six Flags, to give messages that say we support them whether they serve here at home or abroad.
Up next, I sit down with Alan Richer. He's the Toga Chip guy. And we're joined by Greg Dixon. He's the chair of the Saratoga Chip Festival. And they're here to talk about Saratoga's first annual Chip Festival. Plus, I also sit down with Matthew Copens. He's the Director of Development and Community Outreach for the Waldorf School in Saratoga. He's here to talk about the upcoming Circus Smirkus fundraiser to benefit the Waldorf School. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Well, let's face it, I could do a whole show on lookouts tonight. There was so much going on over the weekend between the Firecracker 4 race and all the parades and the fireworks and everything else. But a couple of highlights. My wife and I had our dearest friends over for Sunday night rather, in Hague, Bob and Lorraine from Hudson Falls and Norman and Cheryl from New York City, to watch the Hague fireworks, and they put on the Ritz this year. The Hague fireworks are fantastic. Not to be outdone by the Ticonderoga Fair and fireworks the following night, the whole town turns out for that, and it's wonderful to watch all the generations mingling and then watching the fireworks. There was a terrific parade in Saratoga, and we're going to close tonight with a scene from the Glens Falls fireworks. But before I do that, I just want to remind you that we're media sponsors for the Saratoga County Fair. And I asked Jesselyn here to help me craft a message to let everybody know that we've got a bunch of tickets available. So she said that you are to go like the Look TV news page on Facebook and share the post about the Saratoga County Fair, and then you can receive free tickets from us. And it's up to 4 tickets per household, and we've got a bunch of them. So once again, like the Look TV news page on Facebook, share the post about the Saratoga County Fair to receive the free tickets. I do okay, Jesselyn? Good. Good job, she said. That's good. All right, tonight on Look TV, it's a Queensbury Town Board meeting. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Here are the Glens Falls fireworks. Good night, everyone.